Angela Merkel could be out as Germany's Chancellor this week, maybe done in by her own open border policy. President Trump tweeted about this today. Here's the tweet. Crime in Germany is up 10%. Plus, officials do not want to report these crimes since migrants were accepted. Other countries are even worse. Be smart, America. Well, look who's here on this Tuesday morning. His name is Steve Hilton. He's pretty good. He's the host of The Next Revolution. He's got a British accent. I mean,
I know, there's too many of us.
Look, what happened? Quiet.
That's right.
3 years ago, Angela Merkel opened up the borders to a horde of migrants who flooded in, and it destroyed her chancellorship. What's the chance of something similar happening in America? A huge crush at the border. The Democrats say, let them in on humanitarian grounds, and we've got a problem.
There's a really big lesson from the disaster that was caused by this policy, which really destabilised not just her own political position, as you said, but the whole of Europe. You're seeing the ripple effects of that decision right the way through Europe. It was reflected to a certain extent in the Brexit vote. The big lesson for America is this. Consent for immigration. I think a lot of people would say, look, we're all for immigration, we're all for being compassionate to those who are really suffering, but consent for that immigration depends on control of immigration. If you lose control of immigration, if people get the sense that no one is checking whether the people who are coming in have the right claims, whether they really can make a contribution, or whether they're trying to scam the system, if there's this sense that it's all out of control, then there is no consent. That undermines all faith in democracy and government, and that's what we're seeing in Germany.
At the moment, we've got this border problem of the separation of families, and it is, to some degree, a humanitarian problem. And that's what the Democrats are saying. It's a humanitarian problem. Think of the children. Let them in. That will make the situation much worse, I think, because you're guaranteeing a future flow of families and migrants coming to the border.
This is another example of it. It's out of control. And this isn't a new problem. It's another example of a big, big problem that's just been festering for years, if not decades, the broken immigration system. You've got to overhaul the whole thing. So you can check people, you can get them through the system, and if they're not right to come into America, deport them together as families quickly.
Now, I've been saying that maybe Angela Merkel loses power this week, because a major partner in her coalition government is objecting to her immigration policy. Would it be fair to say that immigration has wrecked the European Union?
Yes, it's the key issue. It's driving all of this populist sentiment, which was reflected in the Brexit vote. You saw it just now in the Italian election. Look at the impact of some of this. There's an amazing piece of data that was published this week. Look at youth unemployment in Italy. The youth unemployment rate in Italy is 30%. 1 in 3 young Italian people are unemployed. And one of the things that they blame is the influx of cheap labour, just as you're seeing everywhere else. And so this is a huge problem. It's a big change in how the world's operating. You've got cheaper international travel, you've got communications and the internet so people can see what life is like in other countries. This is a modern problem, but we're still using the old-fashioned solutions.
Is it possible that Angela Merkel will be out this week?
Well, look, who can predict? These coalitions are so unstable. She's running around Europe now, other governments trying to bail her out. She's running around to neighbouring governments and saying, look, my own coalition partners aren't going to let me do this. Can you help me out by taking some of the migrants that we've let into Germany? She's trying to cling on to her position by getting bailed out by other governments.
Merkel's going for is fighting within her own coalition those that say Germany first, taking a leaf out of President Trump's book and saying we need to have a German policy. She's saying we need to have an EU policy.
Right, and by the way, it's not even the coalition partner. This is much closer than that. It's her sister party, the CSU, the Christian Social Union, practically an offshoot of her own party that's saying this.
I've just got 20 seconds on this. We had a guy joining us from London this morning. He's a market watcher. He's an American, lives over there. He said, look, ordinary people in Britain are beginning to say, wish we got a guy like Trump who's running our stuff for us.
Well, it's not just ordinary people. Boris Johnson, the Foreign Secretary, do you remember he said, well, if we had Trump running Brexit, we wouldn't be in the mess that we're in now. That's what he said.
Boris is Boris.
Certainly not an ordinary Britain, that's for sure.
Steve Hilton will watch your show, and that's a promise. Thanks for joining us, sir.
See you.
Much obliged to you.